the east, from Flint, Michigan, Patrick Bird. In the blue corner, representing the north, from Sacramento, California, Mark Lewis.
Hey, feeling good, like I should. When in dark, walk around the neighborhood. Feeling blessed, never stressed. Got that sunshine on my Sunday best. Yeah, hey, feeling good, like I should. When in dark, walk around the neighborhood. Feeling blessed, never stressed. Got that sunshine on my Sunday best. Yeah, hey, feeling good, like I should. When in dark, walk around the neighborhood. Feeling blessed, never stressed. Got that sunshine on my Sunday best. Yeah, hey, feeling good, like I should. When in dark, walk around the neighborhood. Feeling blessed, never stressed. Got that sunshine on my Sunday best. Yeah, hey, feeling good, like I should. When in dark, walk around the neighborhood.
How are you doing today? Chris Bird here, two-time heavyweight champion, 1992 Olympic silver medalist. I'm here with another true story. This time I'm gonna go back to 1986 again. 86. My brother Patrick, he was in the U.S. Championships, the amateur tournament, big amateur tournament. That year I lost in the state. You have to go through the state, the regionals, and then make it to the nationals. And he made it. I didn't make it. So he makes it to the nationals that year, 1986. He fights Ty Foster at 139 pounds. And after he loses to Ty Foster was a top-rated 139 pounder at the time. He wasn't number one, but he was top-rated. And my brother loses to him. He calls me afterwards. He said, Chris, I was fighting at 147 pounds. And I lost already, like I said. And he called me and he said, Chris, I'm going to move down to 132. These guys are too big for me at 139. But I think you should go down to 139. I think you could beat Ty Foster. I could beat Ty Foster. I'm thinking, how? I can't even get out of the state. I know I'm fighting at 147, but he's the top guy at 139. These are the guys we read in the book and watch all the time. And so he's like, I'm going down to 132, man. You can do whatever you want to do. He goes down to 132 after the tournament, makes the Pan American Games. The Pan American Games is like the quarter of the world get to come. It's a major tournament. And he's number one at 132 pounds because he said, I'm going down to 132. I was still lazy, trying to fight at 147, not listening to my brother at all. I'm like, okay, whatever. He makes the Pan Am Games. It made me pay attention. I'm going, man, he living out his dream. He lost the weight, doing his thing. So he's at the Pan Am game. Ty Foster there too at the Pan Am. They're working out at the Pan American training camp before you go to the Pan American Games. He spars with Ty Foster. Spar with him a lot. The 139 pounder sparring with the 132 pounder. So he calls me again and says, Chris, I just got done sparring with Ty Foster. I'm telling you, I think you can beat him. Again, he tells me this. I'm like, man, I don't feel like going out cutting that weight. Because I'm lazy at the time, kind of lazy. Walking around about 158, 59, fighting at 147. Now I got to cut down to 139. That's like 20 pounds. That's like 20 pounds. I'm like 6 foot tall. So I'm thinking, So I turned 16. I was struggling at 16. I lost 4 times that year. They had the age limit from 16 to 35. I just came from the juniors where it's 14 and 15. Now it's 16 to 35. I would get in the ring and look at these guys from across the ring and go, This is a grown man. He's married. He got kids. I used to be scared, but you have to go through it. And so I struggled big time. My brother Patrick knew that. But he said, go down and wait. Go down. After he lost to Ty Foster, he said, go down and wait. Man, I think you could beat him. I could beat him? I can't get out of the state. We talking about beat him. So he goes down to 132. The next year, he makes the Pan American Games. The Pan American Games is like a mini Olympics. North America comes. All of North America. It's a big game. It's a big tournament, the big games. He makes it. Number one in the country, Patrick Byrd. He comes from nowhere. He just lost to Ty Foster that year before. And Ty Foster is on the same team with him at 139. Get another phone call. My brother spars with Ty Foster at the training camp. He calls me again. Chris, I'm telling you, Chris, go down to 139. I think you could beat Ty Foster. I just sparred with him. The reason why my brother would say that is because I sparred with my brother all the time. I didn't have confidence with anybody else, but with my brother, I'm going to fight him to the end. And he's number one in the country, and he knew how good I was, but he knew I had confidence problems. But he knew I could beat Ty Foster. He said, I think you could beat him. I know you can. So the confidence problems I had it was just older guys that were fighting. One thing about my confidence problem is if I see a vein in the arm, I would get so scared. Like, he got veins. That's a man. That's a man. He got a vein in his arm. So that was one of the confidence problems. But, it was just fighting the older guys. It just took my mind to another level. I'm fighting these grown men. I'm used to fighting kids, 14, 15 guys I could play with. We go play afterwards and do stuff. Now, these are grown men. So I struggled. And by losing the weight, going down to that weight class, it did everything for me. Yeah, I don't know why. My brother, 1 year old. He's 1 year older than me. He's telling me just cut the weight. He knew. He'd been sparring with Ty Foster, so he knew. He knew. He had an eye for it. We sparred together all the time. He knew what kind of talent I had. I just didn't have the confidence. I didn't. But he knew I had something in me that could beat anybody. He knew that at that time. No jealousy, nothing. He gave up so much for me just to reach high levels. I know my brother. So my thing was, okay, lose the weight. Lose the weight. You got to cut it. And cutting weight is hard. Especially when you're young. You want to eat all the junk food, all the little stuff here, No, I got to be disciplined. I got to be on point. I got to do everything right. I got to cut weight now. Now I got to get down to 139 pounds. I get down to 139 pounds, finally make it. It was a struggle. Get down to the weight class, win the state. My brother Patrick, he's right along with me. He's down at 132 now. He's number one in the nation going into the U.S. championships in 1988. We both win the state. He had to fight in the state. Fight in the regional. We both win the regionals. Bam, we're in the 1988 U.S. Championship National. We both made it this year. Feel great. 139, we going. My journey, the first fight, I fight Skipper Kelp, a friend of mine. We went at it, going. Skipper was rated number 2 at the time. Skip was the man. I upset him. Wow! Beat him 4-1. Skipper Kelp. It is 5 judges. 4 judges said I won. 1 judge said he won. So 4-1 decision, I win. My brother Patrick win. We're advancing. Next fight, I fight Eric Garcia. He was rated in the top 10. Beat him. Moving on, my brother Patrick, he wins his next fight. We're both moving. The Birds are doing it. Next fight, quarterfinals. I fight Ricky Myers from New Jersey. Great fighter. He was rated in the top 10. Upset him. I moved up. My brother Patrick, he fights for Romelis Alice, and he loses in the quarterfinal. Side note, Romelis Alice made the Olympics 1988, won a bronze medal the next year in the Olympics. And my brother, I thought he beat Romellus, but they gave it to Romellus and he won. So more power to him. So we're both not moving on. I'm moving on. Now I'm in the semifinal. The semifinals of the U.S. Championships. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Chris Bird. I ain't nothing. I'm not rated nowhere. I'm in the semifinals. I'm fighting Lavelle Fingers. Lavelle was rated number 3 at the time. Number 3. Guaranteed to beat me. I'm nobody. I fight Lavelle Fingers, semifinals. Gave him an 8 count in the 3rd round. Boop, boop, boop. They gave me an 8 count. Skinny me. Skinny me. I have no power. Win 5-0 decision. Are you kidding? My eyes are like this. They're huge. I'm looking around. It's only 24 boxers left in the tournament. We go to the weigh-in for the finals. Only 24 guys left. Out of all these, it's over 300 something guys when you first come. All these guys there. Now, the last 24. I'm a part of it, the elite of amateur boxing. And guess who I'm fighting? Yes, you guessed. Todd Foster. Get out of here. My brother was right. My brother was right. He said, I think you could beat Todd Foster. Man, we're fighting. We weighed in that morning. We're fighting tonight. Todd Foster. Oh, my heart pounding like crazy. I'm a part of the elite of amateur boxing. Are you kidding? Guaranteed. Either you're rated number 1 in the nation if you win, or number 2 in the nation if you lose. I'm still number 2. What? And I'm guaranteed a berth at the Olympic trial. Olympic year. Now, wait. Hold on. I got to talk about this. I wasn't nothing. I come from nowhere. Now, all of a sudden, I'm either number 1, number 2 in the nation, and I'm going to be in Olympic trials? Really? I'm 17 years old. What? I'm going crazy. So me and Todd, it's fight time. Me and Todd in the ring. I'm so excited. If I win, okay. If I lose, okay, whatever. But we get into our fight. We box. And I'm telling you, the boxing had to be beautiful for me. That whole fight was nice. I went through the fight. First round, I thought it was close. You know, I got over my nerves. The second, third round, I thought I literally, in this fight, and I'm very honest about everything, I thought I beat him. I thought I pulled it out. I thought, you know, I was young. I was the underdog, you know, according to the amateur status. But I thought I won. I lost a 4-1 decision. And I was like, I was that close, but I still got a berth to the Olympic trials. I mean, I get a chance to fight in Olympic trials just because I made it to the finals. And then after the U.S. Championships, I did go to Olympic trials. Guess who I fight? The first fight in the Olympic trials. The first fight is Todd Foster. I'm like, I gotta fight him again, first fight. But I was so excited that I'm at the Olympic trials. It was in Concord, California. Beautiful sight, beautiful. Everything was beautiful. It set in me something that I was a part of the elite amateur boxing. I love the feeling. I fought Todd Foster in the Olympic trials. I lost again. This time he really beat me. Like, he cleanly beat me. The first time I thought I could have got the fight. This time he beat me. I was young, of course, but it was a great experience. I was so happy. My brother seen something in me that I didn't even see in myself for many years. He always knew how good I was. He knew because we sparred together all the time, but I just didn't have the confidence. I just didn't. Even losing to Todd Foster the second time, man, my brother, he was there. He didn't say nothing. He was just so surprised at where I came from. Nothing. Obscurity. To now I'm hitting high levels. And from him calling me both times, from that, I make it to the finals of the U.S. Championships. The next year, I win the U.S. Championships. 1990, finals again. Lost in the finals. 1991, win the U.S. Championships. 1992, win the U.S. Championships. In that year, win Olympic silver medal in the Olympics. How crazy is that? A phone call. He had confidence and he believed that I can do it more than himself. My brother, more than himself. He knew what was in me. I didn't know it. People see stuff in you all the time. Sometimes you got to just listen and, okay, listen to some advice. Hey, I just listened. At first I didn't. And then I seen the results he was getting. I said, I better change something. Get out of my lazy ways, because I was being lazy, of course. Not training like I should. Not having the mindset of a champion. Come on, let's get to a higher level. I said, forget that. And from that, always hitting high levels. Now, I'm trying to come back at middleweight. I'm saying trying. No, I'm coming back at middleweight. And I will hit high levels again. High levels. So get to the highest level. Words can affect you in many ways. But those words from my brother, oh my goodness. If I would never take heed to what he said to me to lose the weight, get down, he seen something in me that I didn't see in myself. And now I see it. I'm glad I listened and I accomplished what I needed to accomplish. Thank you, Patrick Byrd, my man, my trainer, my closest friend in this world. Love you, brother. And we're going to hit high levels again. High levels again. Always been in my corner. Smart. And he will be in my corner as the main coach of my comeback. So smart. In the Klitschko fight, the first 2 rounds I keep pulling back. I'm like, wow, my father saying, hey, stop pulling back. But it was my brother who I really listened to. Take it to him. Take it to him. I weigh 208 pounds. He said, take it to him. He seen something. He know what I could do, and he seen something in the fight. He said, take it to the giant. 249 pounds he weighed. I said, okay. I started taking it to him. It started working. I see him. He's always in my corner. If I go look back at him, he say something, he always give me the right advice. We've known each other since we were little kids, been boxing, playing. We didn't have toys. We had boxing gloves. All we did was box, look at boxing on TV, go emulate that downstairs trying to beat those guys. That's my guy. Great boxing mind. My brother Patrick always been there with me all the time. He's the first one in the ring. If you see it, when I fought Vitaly Klitschko, before anybody, he was in the ring before I even started celebrating. I'm like, how you get in the ring so fast? That's my man. Always been there. Top amateur, pro. He didn't get where he wanted to get to, but on this comeback, he'll be the coach of the year, just like my boy Derrick James. Patrick Byrd coming for you, Derrick. Coach of the year. We gonna get it. Watch. We gonna get it, brothers. Let's get it. Bird's eye view.
'Cause I don't think